What's up, dogs? All right, final cup of coffee this morning. Going to update you guys on the weather we've got out there. We've got one round of showers, a little bit of thunder out there that's moving through now. Kind of moving into the Huntsville metro area. Well, moving through, basically. I'm going to get this up here, so we'll get ready to do that. It's kind of update everybody. I know some people have some outdoor plans, delays out there right now with this weather moving in and moving through. Got the dogs in here today. Gunner. Dog sitting. Oh, you're just looking out the door. You just want out. All right. We'll kind of go through this real quick to let you know what we think is going to happen later today. The first thing I want to show you is the radar around here. And let me get this picture in picture right. All right. So what we're dealing with is one round of showers and thunderstorms coming through. Let me go ahead and reset that view. But this area is moving through. It's not that bad. There's just some steady rain. Just kind of moved through my house a few minutes ago. Look for any questions we got on here. And it's just some heavy rain. This is going to last about 30 minutes. You may have some periods that are a little heavier than others. And this is moving towards roughly Owens Crossroads, New Hope, Hampton Cove, on into Jackson County. What you got going on over there, Gunner? Again, for those just joining, I got the dogs here in the room. I'm babysitting my oldest son's dog. So very heavy rain right on the parkway right now in Huntsville. And this is all moving towards Gurley, the Paint Rock Valley. And we've got that fishing tournament going on too out here, Wheeler Lake. But right now it probably had a little bit of a delay there, but things are looking a little bit better there right now. But overall, one round of heavy rain coming through. The front is still to the west. I don't really see any severe weather coming through with this, but there's heavy rain. So I'll put a storm track on here for you real quick. This area here. What do you think, Gunner? It's moving at about 35 miles an hour. Come here. He doesn't know what to do, shall we? So this is, again, heavy rain. Nothing severe with this. Grant around 1055. High top 1055. Langston 1113. So if you're out there on Lake Gunnersville, current time here is 10:33. So it's about an hour or so away from Scottsboro and Langston. That's if it keeps moving at about 30 miles an hour. And then to get down farther to the south, and we have that area. Now this is going to be interesting to see if I can delete this storm track here from here. I don't know if I can, because again, I'm controlling this remotely, so it's kind of the first time I've done this. Let's see if I could just, I can't double, because I don't have my regular remote here. So, let's see. Oh, I know what I could probably do. There we go. Whoop. I can switch to the other monitor. And I think I can clear. Maybe that'll work. Yes. All right. Okay. See, I'm learning. Again, see, this is a dual monitor screen back at work. So I'm able to kind of go back and forth on this. What we're looking at is a front coming through. The front on the satellite here is still well to the north of the area. In fact, this loop goes back about 12 hours, but you can see how clear it is back behind this front. That's your Sunday weather coming in. And take another look at the showers and storms coming in from out west. There's still another round of rain coming in from the west as well. But it's not as heavy. So I'm going to switch you back over here to take a look at the rain out west. Still some showers coming into Florence, but there's a large break here. There's this large break in the rain. But the roads are still kind of damp. I know some car shows have maybe been canceled this morning with that rain that moved through. I know the Asbury Church over in Madison. I don't know if they've canceled. I haven't really checked in on that, but I know they had a good car show planned there today. But the rain has moved through, so maybe everybody just got a car wash and from Mother Nature, and they're going to continue to move on with that. But they can see the heavier rain in the Madison County area up to Fayetteville, Timms Ford Lake, down on Smith Lake. Got a nice break there. Wheeler Lake looking good there right now. And I'm going to switch this out again since I know how to do this, and clear. I just go back and forth. Again, that's the main radar controls there. But let's see if anybody's, I don't see any questions on the stream at all. Maybe I didn't enable them. Or maybe guys are just tired Saturday morning. But we'll get another wave that'll come through here, and then I think we'll be okay. Let me take a look at some model data here in just a second. Put me back up in this. I'll put me down over here maybe. Oh, yeah, that's a little bit bigger there. I'm going to pull up model data here. I'll share this computer here in just a second. And then I'll pretty much get on with my projects today. I'm going to be installing the toilet in the half bath. Going to get a video going on that. Let me go ahead. Well, the birds are really active out there. Probably getting a lot of worms out there. What do you think, Gunner? Come here. What are you doing? You want to say hi? This is Gunner. What do you think, huh? Oh, and you got Shelby down in the background. Huh? What do you think? So yeah, we're babysitting Gunner while Ross is down in New Orleans this weekend, isn't he? Mm-hmm. All right, there you go. I'll go ahead and let you out. Then I'll get to the model guidance. All right. He didn't know what to think of the rain today. It was funny. He was out in the yard, and then all of a sudden the rain just picked up, and it was heavy, and he just headed for the hills. He's used to being in an apartment down there at Auburn, so regional. What are you looking at, Shelby? Okay, so let's get into the model data here. I think that's computer 4. This is going to be for this afternoon. In fact, I'm going to switch to high resolution model here. I'm going to go with HRRR for this morning. So kind of go back in time a little bit. So here we are around lunchtime. This is right around 1 o'clock, and you see we still have, I think we're okay about 11:30. I think this area in the shoals right now that's moving in, that'll be it. So by noon, you guys will be rain-free probably for the rest of the day. And then we've got these areas of showers. It's kind of a little area low pressure, so let's see what the upper air sounding shows. Well, that's actually showing kind of a marginal tornado risk, so a little bit of wind shear, but I think it's probably overdoing it a little bit. I think a few strong storms are possible. Cape's fairly high. Yeah, Helicity's not very high. I mean, it's 125, 0 to surface to 1 kilometer. And the fact we've had this area of rain-cooled air coming in, I think the models are just a little, and that's why you may see the SPC marginal risk there. I just think it's a real conditional risk. So as we continue on, this is going to be right around 3:30. Still some showers over here into DeKalb County, maybe a few thunderstorms. Let's click on that. Upper air sounding again. It says marginal tornado risk. There's just a very weak amount of shear here. So again, we'll monitor that. Chelsea will be in this afternoon for that. But overall, we're pretty much just dealing with some heavy rain, thunderstorms this morning. I think our last round of showers is over here in Florence. About to move in, so along Highway 72, between Muscle Shoals and Waterloo, and that's moving east, so those showers will move in here by about at least 11 o'clock. They're out in the shoals. I can hear the birds out the window. So zoom back out. I'm going to switch radar over here to high top. And there's just very heavy. Rain's coming to an end in Madison now. You're going to get a break for probably 2 hours, and then the chance of some scattered thunderstorms comes in around probably 1 o'clock or so this afternoon. I could probably load up model data here too in this, but I don't know if you guys are wanting to stick around for that or not. do something here. Let me actually flip you back over to this radar data and see if I can get something going on the other model data. Just kind of experiment here. Okay, it's not. Oh, there we go. So let me. I think I'll mess with this later, probably. Favorites, frames, TMA future radar. Okay, I'm loading this thing up here. And since I don't have a dual screen, I don't know what it looks like. So again, you're looking at the heavy rain that's moving into Owens Crossroads and New Hope. Probably a lot of low clouds there. This is going to cross over Green Mountain into the Paint Rock Valley. So show prep. Let's just see what I'm dealing with here. Oh, that's showing me nothing. Frames. Okay, this is odd. Frames. Okay, maybe I was in the wrong thing. That's what it is. Okay. Let's just see what I got on the other screen here. Nothing severe with this. Heavy rain. It's moving east at about 35 miles an hour. It's going to move out of Huntsville, all of Huntsville, I would say within the next 15, 20 minutes. This is only showing me. Oh, I see what it is. I'm not going to be able to control this from here. Okay. All right. I can just stick with analysis. All right. So what I was trying to do is, and I'll just probably experiment with that down the road. So the model data clears this out as we go into the late afternoon hours, but right now we're just dealing with heavy rain moving through the area. I don't think we'll see much of any severe weather today, but the second round could have some stronger thunderstorms with it. Let me check Storm Prediction Center real quick. So this is the Storm Prediction Center website. Convective outlooks today. They've got us in this marginal risk ahead of that little bitty area of low pressure, and they're probably going to continue with this 2% tornado risk. And it's just because there's a little bit of wind shear out there. This just came out at 7:30 this morning. Basically, this is what their outlook reads. Says mid-level shortwave trough over the mid-Mississippi Valley will rotate east-southeastward over the Tennessee Valley by this evening and will be preceded by diffuse remnant MCV, which is mesoscale convective vortice. And associated surface cold front will likewise move southeast into central southern Louisiana, Mississippi by tonight. Boundary layer dew points in the mid-60s to near 70 will spread north from Mississippi into Alabama in advance of the cold front, while surface heating contributes in advance of the cold front while surface heating it. Okay, 1,500 joules per kilogram support scattered thunderstorms along ahead of the front by early mid-afternoon, continuing into the evening. Deep layer speed shear hodograph length will favor some storm scale organization, including low-end supercell potential. However, the low-level flow shear will be weak, along with poor mid-level lapse rates. Thus, while isolated wind damage and marginally severe hail may occur, the overall severe threat is expected to remain marginal. So, again, that from the Storm Prediction Center. That's the area. And I really think this shouldn't even include the shoals right now, because that area is moving in now. So let's take a look at, see if they've got any discussions out. No mesoscale discussions. Let's see. Put my glasses on so I can see better here. Forecast tools, that's what I want. Let's see what the atmosphere setup is right now. So here's that area low pressure they're talking about. This is what we were tracking on the model data. That's very weak area low pressure. So thermodynamics, the CAPE is a little higher. This is where roughly right in here is about 500 joules. You get about 1,000 back here, but it's really kind of displaced right now from the upper level, that area low pressure, precipitable water. See how it's kind of peaked over here. So there's just a lot of moisture available. If we get these thunderstorms this afternoon, they're going to produce very heavy rain. Let's see something else here. Let's do storm relative velocity. Effective storm relative velocity is about 100. Typically, you're looking at about 200 for a tornado risk, but there is some shear there. And let's take a look. I think we can get satellite here. There were any observations. Visible satellite. That's what we want to look at. I think any severe threat today is going to be conditional upon us seeing some sunshine, and this just doesn't look like it's really happening here. My wife's watching a movie in the other room. I imagine you can probably hear that. All right, I don't have any questions on here. Maybe I didn't enable chat, top chat. Let's see what we got over here. Somebody probably just checking in. Okay, live channel. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now I see them. All those were hidden. I don't know. That's odd. Okay, let me go back here. When's round 2 coming? It's probably going to develop around... Well, it's starting over here in the shoals basically now. Let me switch it back here. This is it. That area low pressure is over here, pretty much northeast of Florence. So this is going to continue to move east at about 30 miles an hour, at least the chance for this second round. And I really think it's dependent upon... I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of activity until we get into probably southern Morgan County, Marshall County, and DeKalb County. And that'll be later today, probably around 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. Martina McBride at Orion. I think the weather's going to be perfect at Orion this evening. What time is this coming through? Okay, thank you. Sometimes the model guidance overdoes things. I mean, it's just a model. It doesn't see the environment. It doesn't see this rain cool boundary that's kind of spread out, and the extensive cloud cover. I mean, it's all written into the model guidance, but just sometimes it just doesn't. That's why the meteorologists are here to kind of look at it. So, but you know, SPC kind of has those strict guidelines. And Stephen, yeah, our radar's down. What happened with our live radar over in Limestone County is it was just too powerful. I mean, we should have just gone with 350,000 watt radar, because it would start frying. The magnetron would go out, the power supply would go out, and it's a little over $200,000 to fix it. So right now, budget's not really there to fix that. I wish it was, but it's not. And I'm hearing some rumblings that there may be some things down the road done for the kind of the radar gap that's out there across northwest Alabama and up into parts of western middle Tennessee. But anytime you get into the government, politics, it's going to take a while to get anything like that done. Car show at Fort Payne today. Yeah, well, it's good so far, but let me give you a heads up on when this rain's going to get into Fort Payne. There we go. Let's put that into motion. I must have turned something off here. Let me get back over here. Turn interaction back on. Again, I wish I had the dual screen opportunity. It's almost like I need to have, and that's exactly what I need to do. I need to have, and I'm going to experiment with this, I need to have one of my computers on one of the other monitors, because it's a dual screen monitor. I'll work on that in the future. So let's put a storm track on here. Here's this rain, and let's take it out. Again, that says 51 miles an hour, but it's not moving that fast, so let me update this here. Huh, that's another thing I gotta work on, because I need, oh, okay. Nope, that's not what I want. Yeah, because the thing is I'm working on a Mac, and that's on a PC. I wonder if I could adjust that. Huh. Nope. Again, one more thing I'll work on. But if it was moving at 50 miles an hour, this is kind of an early heads up. I would say 5 around 11:30. And then we're looking at Fort Payne, probably 11:45 noon. Again, we're just tracking rain coming in, a little bit of lightning and thunder. And that's pretty much it. Again, that I usually can right click at work on that particular storm track, and then it will let me do that. But nope. And again, I have my remotes at work as well. Okay, come on, let me get back here. All right, so there's that. Let me check my messages here real quick. Yeah, I showed the pups there. Again, I wish I could have seen your comments earlier. Yeah, I would say second round in Madison. Let me kind of put a track. And there's no guarantee. I would say this disturbance is out here. Man, that's just too fast. I wish I could adjust that, but I can't. So let's just do that. I would say... Oh, and then I can't even adjust. Yeah, it's not even worth doing a storm track on. Yeah, I'd say around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Now I can't. I'm going to send you back to the other. There's the satellite. But let's go here, and I'm going to see if I can work on something else just a little bit different here. Go back into my splash top. I'll work on something here for you guys. Then we'll get a better idea on the latest model guidance. But here's the heavy rain. It's currently moving into Jackson County, Pleasant Groves. All right, connect again, mouse. And this is basically radar scope. So we've got Albertville, Boaz, rain's coming in there pretty soon. Open workspace. So I'm going to open something at work here and use that model. That way you guys get a better idea of what time it's going to be where. But again, this is just a heavy rain. Moving pretty good. This is moving at about 40 miles an hour. So the faster this gets out of here, the more likely we'll see that secondary round, especially get stronger as it moves farther to the east with time. But there's just absolutely nothing severe with this. There's not much rain at all. I mean, there's not much wind at all. There's definitely some rain. And this is clearing Huntsville right now. Secondary area out west. This is closer to that area, low pressure. Switch radar sources here. The mouse will connect again. I'm having trouble with that mouse reconnecting for some reason. Okay. Edit. Okay. And it's like, hey, Shelby, why don't you go in the other room? Come on. Let's go. Move on out. So, Muscle Shoals, seeing some good rain. Come on, move on out. Go see Mama. Okay. what I'm going to do. And I'm working on another model over here. But I don't think I have a lot of room to... Let me do something real quick. I'm trying to make it so it's bigger. Okay, here we go. I'll share this with you now. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go kind of hour by hour here for you guys with the latest model guidance. Yeah, I don't really, Teddy asking about an X-band. I do not like X-band radars. Yeah, ours is a C-band, and the Weather Service is an S-band. But yeah, I mean, we're just not going to spend any money on a new radar at this time. I don't see a tornado threat in northwest Alabama. If there's any threat, it's just a little bit of wind we're talking about, wind shear out there. So as we go forward here, and here's the initial round we have now. The model's doing the good job with the cluster here in Huntsville, not so good down here near Russellville. And then it continues to move to the east. So there's round one. Round two is a bit questionable here. It's moving into Russellville around 1 o'clock. And then continuing to the east. So these will be the thunderstorms that could be stronger. And this is about 2:40 this afternoon. This northwest wind is going to reference the wind in the shoals, I believe. I think I've got that set for that. So strong thunderstorms into Coleman County, Smith Lake area around 3 o'clock this afternoon. And then just kind of continuing on here. About 4 o'clock. But it's real conditional here. But yeah, see, the other thing, the temperatures really don't drop much behind this front. So there's not a huge change in air mass. But here's a look at the thunderstorms. Need to cut hay later this afternoon in Priceville. Well, this Jameson, this kind of has an area moving into Priceville around 3 o'clock. But again, this is just the front itself coming in. So some areas will get skipped with this next round of rain. You notice it doesn't show much in Athens or even Madison. But I mean, it's close there for Madison, Decatur, Priceville around 2-3 o'clock. And continuing on to the north. And I'm out of coffee. That's good. That was my third cup. That's one above my quota. So it doesn't look terrible. Let me switch this up here. Let's use another model here. Let me try to navigate through this here. Edit it. Selected element. While we're doing that, I'll take you back to the satellite real quick. And we're socked in with clouds pretty good. And then another look at the radar there. I'm going to put in a different model set. I think that was the graph model. And this will be the HRRR model. And we will get that loaded here. And you'll see just a little difference here with it. All right. So this is going to be the HRRR. And this, again, we're going back to about 8:45. It didn't do as good of a job with what's moving into Huntsville, or has moved into Huntsville here around 11 o'clock. But it brings a more robust area of thunderstorms. I think the shoals will probably get skipped by this next round just because you've already got, the front's already basically moved through Waterloo, it looks like. but that will likely intensify over northwest Alabama. And then some isolated stuff can still pop up here. And this is just another perspective on the atmosphere model data. And it brings a little heavier and a bigger round of showers and thunderstorms through here. So see, the graph model I showed you earlier had about half of this. It had half of this much activity. So we're going to know here in about an hour whether this is going to fill up. This line will fill up here. And then here's 4 o'clock. So this is definitely not as nice for outdoor plans, this model guidance. So it's tough to deal with a weather situation like this, just because we've got so much water in the air and there's a front coming in, so it could easily just turn into a complete downpour. All right, but I do know, even this model here, let's talk about Orion. I don't know when that concert starts. The Trash Pandas are at 6 o'clock this evening. I think there's a soccer match again tonight too. But all of this clears out in most areas by at least 6:30, 7 o'clock. So I think the shoals, Shoals, you should be done with this by 1:30. And probably Russellville at least 2:30, 3 o'clock. Again, this is the more glass is half empty forecast. The other one, the glass was half full. But again, just keep an eye on our 48 First Alert weather app throughout the day. It will keep you up to date. So again, what I was talking about is that boundary is just about ready to move through. It has moved through Waterloo. And I'll get over here and we'll switch radar sources to GWX. You can see the front coming in right here. So this is pretty much the end. You get behind that area low pressure, and I'll show you that again one more time on the SPC site in just a second. I'll get back to that as well. So the front is starting to kind of lay down. It's tracking east-southeast. And it's moving in right behind this rain-cooled air. So the faster this moves, the better it's going to be for all of us. Surface observations. So that's basically it. Once that area moves through, you're probably done with rain for the rest of the day. So Waterloo, I think you're probably going to be good once this all moves out. At Florence, you've got probably 45 minutes to an hour. So I'd say by noon. I'm going to go back over here to, whoops, I got 3 different mice up here. The birds are really chirping out there today. So, as I flip this over here, this 1016, that's 1,016 millibars. That's that weak area low pressure that's formed behind this complex of thunderstorms. It's on the boundary. The winds have already shifted to the west-northwest near Tupelo, and that's basically the front. And this is a really weak area low pressure. And the other thing, there's an area high pressure just over here in Georgia. So, again, I don't expect too many big surprises here with it. But nonetheless, Chelsea will be watching it for this afternoon. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. I'm going to be finish installing the toilet. I told my wife if I wake up and there's widespread rain, it's going to be a install the toilet day. If not, it's a take the Mach 1 to a car show. But looks like we are inside projects today. I'm looking forward to getting outside, but by the time I get to my outdoor projects, it's probably going to be brutally hot. Again, you guys can keep tabs on our 48 First Alert weather app. That'll keep you up to date throughout the day. And then Chelsea Aaron will be back in later today as well. Again, I don't think we have a 5 or 6 o'clock news today due to horse racing. I want to find our weather app on here real quick. Yeah, so you can just download that weather app. It'll keep you up to date with radar data. Just check in from time to time, I guess. Right now, I'm not expecting anything over the top as far as any severe weather, but we could see a strong storm or two. And then there's just a little bit of wind shear. So we'll have to watch that as we go into the afternoon. Again, I'm going to get on with my projects. I got a wedding to go to tonight, too. So I'm going to be checking out for the rest of the day. Again, Chelsea Aaron will keep you up to date. Go ahead and follow her on Facebook and or our weather app. Tune in today. She'll keep you up to date. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Never got the notification. I'm wondering, again, not while we're on this subject, I'm wondering, notification-wise here on YouTube, I don't know, because I've got this YouTube app. There's a YouTube app you can get. So I get notifications when people I subscribe to are on there. That or you have to say, I want, because I know Facebook's like, you have to want to get notifications. So maybe that's it. Turn on notifications from this page. And then I'll get an email. I can get an email as well. If when I didn't have the app, I would get an email that said so-and-so is on YouTube right now. Or so-and-so has a new YouTube video, stuff like that. So yeah, again, eventually I'm probably going to get to where... Teddy the Bear did get it, thanks. Eventually I'm going to get to where I can do simultaneous Facebook and YouTube to satisfy both worlds, because I know I'm not going to get everybody off of Facebook. And there's challenges with YouTube as well, and I'm diving into this and just kind of experimenting with it. So again, it's a learning process for sure. You guys have a good weekend. Again, the rain will be moving, redeveloping, scattered showers and storms. One last look at the radar here. That second wave coming in, moving into the shoals as we speak. We'll likely see that intensity get a little bit stronger as this moves through. But overall, the area low pressure is still not that strong. The convergence, we call it, not that strong. But anything that develops and can get maybe 45, 50,000 feet in the air, those would be stronger storms, capable of some isolated damaging winds and maybe some large hail and significant lightning. So if you got boating plans, things like that, again, monitor the weather. I'll see you guys later.